Okay.
Hello.
Hi, Jules.
Hey.
How are you?
Oh, good. Sorry, I'm a few minutes later than I planned to join.
It's okay. We're all here.
You're all here.
Yeah.
Hey, Ingrid. Good to see you.
You too, Jules. How are you?
Good. Very good.
Yeah, we were just talking about it's a historic day. I kind of wish I was in front of the TV, but we're going to celebrate here.
Yeah,
right?
you know what? I got a quick snippet of it because there's on the one part you're excited, but the other part of it is the pain that also rises up inside of you, huh?
Yeah, I just told hey, Fazila, I just told my sister, she says, well, what about next? I said, let's just celebrate today and move it forward, which is why we're here tonight, right? Propelling it forward. This was a success today. So,
one thing at a time.
Yeah, good way to start us off.
Yes.
Absolutely. It's a good day. Actually, since yesterday, with the budget announcement, and I'm sitting down in front of the TV and I'm hearing black. I'm like, So it's all good. It's all good. So we just have to keep propelling it forward.
Yep. Yeah, the indigenous community as well. So we're just waiting to hear about how it's going to be administered, but it was
Positive.
Positive fix.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
The first time, Blacks, minorities, indigenous communities, we have a voice. We're recognized. So this is good.
We just have to keep making sure that we are just keep working and not fall back, because this gets taken away as quickly. No one likes to share power, and the powers that be, they're not really interested in sharing power, but it's this time, and they know that they kind of have to. So
exactly,
let's jump in and do everything that we have to do, guys.
We have to keep the momentum going.
Keep it going.
Yeah.
Right. Not a moment, but a movement.
Yeah.
Okay.
Definitely.
Right. We are some like minds on this in this conversation tonight. I'm loving it, and we haven't even started the conversation. This is awesome.
Absolutely.
This is awesome.
This is good. And I'm still waiting for Lola and Nhial. So I see some people are joining us, so that's good. Hi, Diamond. Hello. Yeah. Okay. So.
Yeah, I see Lola.
Do you see Lola?
Yeah, she's not on camera, but she's there.
Oh, okay. I don't see her.
Just scroll. I'm scrolling down. I thought that was her there.
I don't see her.
Yes, she's there. Just there's her name is there, but it doesn't show her image.
Okay. So yeah, so I'm learning this new Zoom meeting versus webinar. So Ingrid, to your point, so next time, I don't think it's Jeff, I think it was me that didn't set it up.
Yeah, usually, so next time we'll get the participants to stay in the other room, but I think tonight's an unusual night. And
it really is.
Yeah, we can all talk. And Fazila, my sister, is in the chat too.
Oh, Wendy's in the chat?
Oh, Fazila, this have you met Fazila Hanif before?
No, I don't think so.
I love Fazila.
Thank you, Sophia.
And I love the name Diamond, because I'm always thinking about diamond in the rough, baby. And I see Diamond is right there smiling. I'm so happy you're here.
Yeah.
Welcome. And my buddy, Alan Hayes, he's in, where are you, Alan? Are you in Chicago or Michigan?
I am in Indianapolis, Soph.
Oh, no. Yes. Talk to us.
Well, I don't know what to say except, it's a better day than it was yesterday.
I know. I was worried, Alan. I was worried, brother. I was worried.
Yeah.
I was really, the judge he was worrying me, and yeah, wow. So
there is cause to worry, but you have to be positive.
Yeah.
But it worked out all good.
So it's 6 o'clock. Are we going to wait a few more minutes?
It's 6 o'clock. We have 14 people. Perhaps we can stop sharing the landing page so we can see people and say hello. Let's give yeah, I don't see Lola. Somebody said there's Lola here. Lola is not here.
It was there, but now she's not.
Yeah, she was there.
Okay, so let's give a few more minutes and see what happens. Hi, Fasana.
Hello.
Nice to see your face.
I'm sorry, I have a different hairdo because I have no, products to make me look good.
You look good.
It's the lockdown. It's the lockdown.
Yes, it's the lockdown. The lockdown look. That's it.
Yeah. That's all good. That's all good.
All good.
We all have it. We all have
Yeah.
to.
Now Diamond is showing off her hair. She's just.
Okay. I see, wow, a lot of people that I know here too. So hi, Sharon. Hi, Joseph. Hi, Diane. Hi, Yabo.
Hi, good evening, everyone.
Hello, everyone. Good evening.
Hello. Hey, Rosie.
Hi, Elaine. Hi.
Hi there, Ingrid.
How are you?
Kill me.
Good
evening,
everyone. I'm good.
Good evening.
Hi,
everyone.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening. In a few minutes, we will start. And when we start, we'll ask for everybody to please kindly put themselves on mute. And I saw that you all did that. It's, so it's all good. Just waiting for a few of our participants to log in, as well as our mentors. But yeah, it's a great day today. So everybody is happy. Feel free to chat on for now. And I will let you know. I think we will start at 6:05 precisely. And I'll just be checking with the two mentors that are not here yet. Give me a minute.
Hi, Jonah.
Hey, Ingrid, I see you.
How are you?
I'm okay. How are you doing?
Good. I'm glad you could come.
Oh, that's great. And nice to meet everyone else. I'm excited to meet all of you.
nice. So, Alan, just because I'm going to bother you,
Sure.
you're where you are. Can you describe to us what's happening outside and give us some feedback with what's happening?
You mean like the word from the street or anything, something like that?
Right, the word from the street, yes.
The word from the street. All right, my Sesame Street days are coming through, I see. Well, it's interesting because, I'm originally from Detroit, as Mr. Ramsey knows over there. And it's different here. India is a strange place. It's kind of south of Chicago, but not south. So the people here don't have a tight identity, I guess you'd say. So you don't see a lot of marches in the street. You don't see a lot of rallies. You don't see a lot of progressiveness. I'm kind of a refugee here. Crash landed because of work and stayed because it's a great place to raise a family, which still suffices. So I'm not sure where we're going as far as the community here. I think there's a lot of growth that can happen, a lot of opportunities that people aren't taking advantage of. I think we are lacking leadership here sorely. I have to figure out how to do that. I'm also part of the Greek organizations nationwide, and I need to maybe feel a way to get back involved, just to show some examples to the young men and women to say, okay, there's bigger and brighter vistas for you to explore. It might not be here in the local backyard, but at least, get on the the train of preparing yourself for something better in the future. And I just don't think there are enough examples. This might be not even a local phenomenon, probably nationwide. You know, we can't look to TV stars to figure out what we're going to do when we grow up.
Right.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank
That
you
is
for sharing
amazing.
that.
Thank you.
So 6:05.
I think we're going to go ahead and start. So Ingrid, I will hand over to you.
Okay, are we sharing a screen or anything? No.
No. So well, you have the land acknowledgement, right?
And the good evenings again. So good evening, everyone. A little bit informal tonight before we move in, because it's an unusual day and a day of celebration, and speaks to what we're here to talk about tonight, which is propelling Black success. So, you know, we're gonna move this moment forward. So, and I'd like to welcome everyone to our session tonight, which is to propel Black success. So thank you again for joining us tonight. Tonight's going to be a little different because we're going to have Sophia Brown Ramsay do a presentation, and then we're going to go into breakout rooms to have discussions. And I think the discussions are going to be very interesting tonight. So this is a two-part session. The next session is on Thursday night, April the 22nd at 6 o'clock. So if you haven't signed up, please sign up for that one as well. And our sessions will have you walk away knowing how you can boost your self-confidence, cultivate inclusive thinking, and build leadership skills that drive your personal and professional growth. So a couple of housekeeping items. So when you log in, can we ask you all to mute yourselves until you get into the breakout rooms? Happy to have you on camera, so you can share and participate. It's up to you if you do not want to. And we will start just before we introduce our executive director of Black Mentorship Inc, Evangeline Chima. We are going to do the land acknowledgement. So, honoring the land and the territories on which we stand today. Halton, as we know it today, is rich in the history and modern traditions of many First Nations and Métis. From the lands of the Anishinaabe to the Attawandaron to the Haudenosaunee and the Métis, these lands surrounding the Great Lakes are steeped in Indigenous history. As we gather today on these treaty lands, we are in solidarity with our Indigenous brothers and sisters to honor and respect the four directions: lands, waters, plants, and animals, and ancestors that walk before us, and all the wonderful elements of creation that exist. We acknowledge and thank the Mississaugas of the Credit First Nation for being stewards of this traditional territory. And today, I'm also going to honor all the individuals, all the culture, all the Black history that has brought us here tonight. So I'm going to hand over to our executive director and founder, Evangeline Chima.
Thank you, Ingrid. Hello, everybody. And yes, today is a good day. Like I said earlier on, so we're so happy to have you guys. Black Mentorship Inc, what we do, we strive to create an inclusive world where every Black person reaches personal and professional expansion through education, mentorship, and skills building. Millions of Black professionals feel stuck and unable to reach their career potential. How do I know this, you may ask? I know because I am one of those Black professionals. We are underrepresented across industries and definitely underrepresented in leadership roles. The work of BMI is to empower Black professionals and employers, for that matter, through our mentorship program. we strive to nurture career ambition and offer the opportunity for us to get better, to get good, and to give back to the community. And in so doing, we are preparing future leaders and help eradicate systems barriers faced by Blacks and people of color, and of course, Indigenous. We have created an environment where Black professionals can learn without fear of being judged. Individuals who have completed our program, learnings, development, they move from a place of vulnerability to a place of strength. Our program enhances our participants with preparation and competitive advantage in their career pursuit. But then diversity, inclusion, equity building, this is a universal shared responsibility, something we all have to join hands to create the frameworks that we need to see to have in place in order to break down all those systemic barriers that hold us down. So I'm encouraging everybody here tonight to please tweet #Propel Black Success, and let's make this slogan go viral, because truly, truly, we need to start propelling each other. Also, I encourage you to follow us on our Facebook page, Instagram, LinkedIn at Black Mentorship Inc. and tweet at Black_BMI. But for now, I have amazing BMI mentors that I would like them to introduce themselves. Their resume is extensive, so I'm not even going to attempt to introduce them. So I will allow them to introduce themselves, starting with Lola Adeyemi. Lola, go ahead.
Hi, Evangeline. And hello, everyone. Can you hear me clearly?
Yes, we can.
Okay, great. So thank you, everyone, for coming here tonight. And thanks, Evangeline, for having me here today. So my name is Lola Adeyemi. I am the founder and CEO of It's Super, Afrofusion Soups and Sauces. It's an African-inspired soup and sauce line that is sold in mainstream grocery stores across Ontario for now. And the reason why I launched this brand was because I realized that there was a huge gap, just like in many industries where Black people are not propelled. The food industry is one key area. And for us, food is a huge part of our culture, and a huge population of immigrants to Canada. Over 60% are of Black descent, but a lot of our needs are not fulfilled in the mainstream grocery stores. So you have to go to the ethnic store, which is fine. But a lot of times the ethnic stores are far away from home. They're not down your street. So having quick and easy accessibility to African foods for us, and as well for Canadians, because there's such a diverse culinary options. Africa is so diverse, it's a diverse continent. And so that's what propelled me to kind of to launch the brand and launch the product. And we're doing well right now. We're in Sobeys, Whole Foods. We just launched in May, we'll be launching in Healthy Planet across Ontario, over 24 Healthy Planet stores. And our plan is to go national by end of this year, next year. So yeah. Thank you for having me. And one of the other parts, my other life is, and how I actually met Evangeline is working in the IT industry. We work together at City of Toronto. So I do also have an IT background, and I mentor and coach people in IT as well. So I'm happy to be a mentor in this with the BMI.
Amazing. Thank you, Lola. Yes, we actually call her sis.
My sister.
My sis, I think the lady that we met. Jules Batson, Project Director, take a minute or two to introduce yourself, please. You're on mute. Jules, you're on mute, yeah. Okay, awesome.
My apologies, sorry about that. I'm Jules Batson. I'm a project director by training and project manager. Certainly my career, I say it spans 20 plus years. Somehow I get stuck at 20 and I add the plus sign to it to keep it accurate. I've been at this game for quite some time. I've managed and implemented enterprise solutions in client organizations. I've been involved with CRM, Salesforce automation, not to use too many of the acronyms, business intelligence solutions. My early experience started in Bridgetown, Barbados, and from there I went off to the United Kingdom and ended up doing an extensive and ongoing training program there, and had the privilege to work with one of the biggest transport organizations, London Underground Limited, as a consultant, and that certainly was very insightful in terms of what the possibilities were. And thereafter, I immigrated to Canada. And again, I was fortunate to gain employment and with Oracle Corporation, who is another large enterprise information technology organization. And I spent 14 years within Oracle Corporation implementing solutions for organizations across North America. With that said, I've got experience in telecommunications, pharmaceuticals, consumer goods implementation, and financial services. So it's a pleasure for me to be here tonight, and I look forward to participating in this session with the other members of this distinguished panel. Thank you.
Thank you, Jules. You missed the important part that you are BMI mentor.
Oh, yes.
Oh, well, I'm just kidding. Okay, Nhial. Nhial is a Canadian certified counselor. So go ahead.
Well, thank you, Evangeline, for introducing me, and let me add a bit of my background to this introduction, this wonderful introduction that we are currently having. My name is Nhial Wicleek. That's my full name. I'm a Canadian counselor, or Canadian certified counselor by designation. And I'm a South Sudanese by background. Basically, living in Canada for 20 years. I came to Canada in 2001 from a refugee camp directly, and then right here in Canada. So my first destination was Windsor, Ontario. What brought me to this field is a long story. Basically, South Sudan has been at war for so many long. Most of my life was in refugee camp, and this is something that most South Sudanese have gone through. I'm one of the fortunate person that have the luck of coming to Canada. Before I came to Canada, I worked for Save the Children in Sweden for a year and a half as a social worker, and as well a youth coordinator, coordinating youth activities. I was exposed to so many trainings in the field or at work, basically before I came here, and most of which were psychosocial programs that were preparing us to do the job that we were doing. And I fell in love with psychology, and I kept it on when I came to Canada. I said it is time for me to utilize this, so let me go to school. And then I went to school, have my bachelor degree in in psychology, and then a master of counseling psychology. I'm currently admitted into Yorkville University to pursue my doctorate in counseling and psychotherapy program. Basically, it is a work in progress, and we all know that. Wish me the best of luck, so I can't be proud of that, but I'm going to try my level best. And this is what it is. I'm pushing every boundaries. It doesn't matter, the sky is the only limit. So currently I'm working with Catholic School District Board. I've been with them for 10 years. I had the opportunity of going to Africa, Ethiopia, and work there in refugee camp for a year, establishing a new program with Center for Victims of Torture, headquartered in Minneapolis. This is one of the organization that I work for. I was actually an expert psychotherapist for Ethiopia program, basically Gambela program. And I had frequent visitation going to refugee camp back and forth, so that I made sure the program is established. I had conducted a lot of training with UN NGO, basically on trauma, so that they learn from what model we were using when I was there. I'm running a small private practice as of now, and it is taking a toll, which is wonderful. It is quite a good experience as well, and this is something that I've been looking forward to doing. And then I'm also a board advisor or a board member with Kumkan Africana Institute in Calgary, Alberta here. This is a new organization that just started, and it is they're providing, support to our vulnerable population. Especially, we have two projects that are running. Anti-racism project is running. We have COVID-19 task force that has already been formed. It is funded and it is running. This is a wonderful experience. Anyway, it is long, so if I continue, it would be just going. Let me end it there, and thank you so much.
Thank you. I told you guys that our mentors have extensive resumes, so it's not surprising. Last but not the least, we have BMI board director and HR executive Ingrid Wilson, and I will let her introduce herself.
Thank you, Evangeline. So you've all seen me here before. So exactly what Evangeline did. I've been in HR for 30 plus years, but one of my focuses with BMI is assisting Evangeline with the mentorship program and anything else she tells me that I need to do. So very happy to be here and moving us forward. I did forget one thing at the beginning, that we have to announce later on that there were 25 winners for the vouchers. So Jeff will be announcing that. But yeah, so I'm very happy to be here and part of the mentorship program, and excited to hear what you all have to share tonight.
Absolutely. Thank you, Ingrid. And it is my pleasure to introduce Sophia Brown Ramsay. Sophia is a principal consultant as SBR Inspires Consultancy, and she works to advance an equity agenda to address gaps in services for marginalized people by building connections between ethnocultural communities, not-profit agencies, governments, and other stakeholders. Sophie has been at the forefront of community-led efforts to promote equity for African Canadians like all of us, and Indigenous and other racialized groups. This has included leading the launch of a transformative multi-sectoral system change initiative in the Peel region, where she is addressing racial disproportionalities in the child welfare system and serving as chair of the Ontario Regional Ethnocultural Advisory Committee. Sophia has been recognized for her community work with the Role Model Black Canadian Award 2014, and she is, I'm telling you, a recipient of many, many other awards, too numerous to mention here. Sophia is also an award-winning speaker as consulting principal of SBR Inspires, where she engages in facilitation, training, like she's gonna be doing for us tonight, and public talks that remind women, youth, and families of the power of their voice. I love that. And the uniqueness that we all bring to the world. So take it away, Sophia.
Goodness gracious. Oh my goodness. Thank you. Thank you so much. Listen, I know that you have been given instructions to, mute yourselves. I'm going to ask you to unmute. So if you could do that for me right now. I know that you've also been given instructions to kind of be okay with having your camera off. I'm going to ask you not to do that, because I'll tell you, this is a conversation. I need to see your eyes. I need to see your faces. I need to see your essence. I need to feel you, right? So I'm going to ask you, unless you're in your pajamas, you know what I'm saying, and you're doing your face beauty thing, then you can stay off camera. If not, I want to see you. I want to feel you. I want to engage you. This is a time of celebration for all of us. And so I'm going to ask you to be off mute. And I'm just going to ask you to clap out all of our mentors. I mean, refugees, come on, let's do it together. Come on. And I need you, come on, get off mute because we can't hear you. Get off mute and clap them out because these people are incredible. I want to hear this, right? Okay. Thank you guys. Thank you so much. I see that you're all really good with instructions. Your kids should be online right now because they would love that, right? Listen, this is an amazing day. And I know that I might get a little teary because it's 1965 when Emmett Till's mother decided that the destruction and the inhumanity that was done to her son, that the world had to see it. And so when they said, no, you can't have an open casket, she said no, a mother's love. But that was a mother's love, not just for her son, but that was a mother's love for the world, for the earth, for all our kids. And so she had that open casket. And it was because of that open casket, it moved people to say, wait a minute, something wrong is here. And here we are, 2020. Again, there was an open casket from my perspective. Because our brother was already dead 3 minutes when this man still stood with his knee on his neck. And today, folks are saying, we're not having it. We're not having it. Now, is this going to be the be all and end all? This is going to change everything? I don't know. But it is up to us, each and every one of us on this call today, to propel ourselves forward, to move in the direction of grace and light, and make sure we push the envelope. Because we're not doing it, guys, for us. We're not. I hear a little baby in the background. That is who we're doing it for.
That's mine.
That's your baby? See, Diamond, I knew it. I knew there was something between you and I, girl. I knew it. It's Diamond's baby. We're doing it for Diamond's baby and Diamond's baby. Do you understand? So we have to stand together. So when I was asked, I am so honored by Miss Evangeline to come tonight and sit with you and share with you and share space with you and love with you and respect with you. I can tell you, I am more than overjoyed to be able to do this, to sit in the space of amazing, a blanket of humanity who are looking at what can we do to make things differently? What can we do to bring that legacy? And what can we do to propel this first thing, Black folks together? And today we saw that. One of the things, if anybody that knows me will know, whenever I sign off on anything, I always say, always stronger together. And so we have to make sure we blanket each other, we love each other, we sit with each other, we grace each other, we make sure we sit in all the muck with each other. How are Black people gonna propel themselves to success? We can only do this together. So imagine this. I speak in stories because I think it's important for us to know our stories. And stories, you will see yourself, your piece in each other's stories. This is where it tells us that we're more alike than we are different. So a few weeks ago, I was really not well. I was really sick. And when I'm sick, I tend to lose my voice. I lose the essence of, you know, what I do. That's what happens. And I was trying to also study for something else. I had another situation that I had to handle. And there's this woman called Ingrid. Miss Ingrid called me to check on me. She'd heard, because her brother and I do some work together, and she heard I wasn't feeling well, so she called me to check on me. And I said, she's like, oh my God, you sound terrible. You can't. I said, yeah, girl, this is not good. This is not good. She says, what can I do? What do you need? What do you need? Two things happened. One, Ingrid offered to help. And two, I accepted. One of the things about us as Black people, especially Black women, we don't like to ask. We want to get it done. We'll do it ourselves. We have got to start to ask. And then we have to start to surround each other. Ingrid took time from her own work, put a package together for me because I had to get it out that day. Y'all, understand what that means when it comes to propelling Black success. We must sit with each other. We must surround each other. And when you get to a place like Miss Evangeline has gotten to, you must reach back, you guys, and pull each other up. That's the only way we're gonna do it. That's the only way. So Ingrid, I wanted to say in front of everybody, you are a spectacular human being.
And you're not keeping secrets here.
No
Thank
secrets
you.
there. No
Thank
secrets
you.
there. Because that's the thing. We have to tell each other about themselves. Don't wait until something goes wrong before I tell you about yourself. Yeah? Let me tell you about yourself while things are really good. Right? And so one of the things we're talking about, toolbox right here. So put that one in your toolbox. Come together. Help each other out. Reach back and do the things that we need to do. Surround each other. Unify. I know you hear this all the time. These are things that we talk about as a Black community because we're from everywhere, right? But guys, do remember that every one of us, no matter if we come from Jamaica, we come from Africa, we come, I don't know, someplace in another island, we're all from the magnificent Mother Africa. Understand the grace and the love and the resource of Africa. Understand where you've come from. And that will help you to kind of lift yourself up. Just remember that foundation. That's very important. So imagine this. A young woman in New York City going to medical school. And she's living downtown in Manhattan in a space that they're not used to seeing Black people. But she's living there with her Jewish friend, sharing an apartment together. When she leaves for school every day, she notices that people kind of give her some looks. You know, they look at her, it's like, do you really belong here? Do you know? Every day she's getting these things. One day she comes out of her apartment and she goes to her car. And she finds on her car human feces all over her car. I was in uni at the time. This is my cousin. This is one of my best friends. Her name is Reva Ricketts. She's a doctor. And she called me while I was in school. I was at Mac. And she tells me the story and I'm heated. Can I say pissed? I'm pissed, right? I'm upset because I can't believe this is happening. Why is this going on? I'm like, well, girl, what did you do? What? And because I'm now ready. Did you find out who did this? Blah, blah. She said, Sophie, all I did was go back into my apartment, get some Pine Sol, get some bleach, get some Dettol, and come back out and clean my car. Because the powers that be wants me to stop. Do y'all hear me? The powers that be, they're doing this because they want me to stop. So if you're thinking, guys, now y'all should be clapping that girl out, Miss Reva Ricketts, right now. I should see you. I should see you guys doing this. Come on now. Come on. Imagine that you're a young person in your 20s, just trying to go to school, and folks are trying to stop you because you should not live in that neighborhood and you should not go on. But it's the perseverance and that opportunity to do what you need to do. You have a ritual. So you have to keep going, and you do this every day. It's the consistency, propelling Black success. Put this in your toolbox. You must be consistent with what you do. Ingrid will tell you that. Evangeline will tell you that. Jules will tell you that. My friend Alan, I've known since I was a kid in my 20s. He will tell you that, very successful man. And you have to do that consistency every single day. It's not okay to talk about the things that you think you want to do and not do it. It's not okay. So let's sit back. Let's talk a little bit, okay? And I'm going to invite folks to speak with me about this, because that's the thing. I'd like to kind of hear what folks are hearing. Does it make sense to them? Is this something that's landing in the place that it needs to? Because I'm telling you, imagine coming out and seeing human feces. This will stop so many people, but it didn't. And that is the thing I think that our young people and our Black women and our Black men have. This thing that says we must persevere, but we have to do this together. We cannot do it any other way. I spoke to my sister this morning, and we had a really good chat, because one of the things that she talked about is this idea that as Black folk, Black organizations, especially when you're looking at funding, you're looking at, you know, certain things, there seems to be this idea of having a cake, a pie. And so all of us are kind of fighting for the same thing. We're all trying to go after the same thing. We all want to, you know, so we kind of, we tear away at each other. We pull away, you know, at each other because we want to make sure that we get a piece of that cake, a piece of that pie. And I say, make a damn other pie, make another pie. This is, you don't have to go after just that one pie, right? And if we did it in a way where we as a people came together and say, okay, you know, let's pool our resources. And it's not just money, it's the human resources. Ingrid did that for me, yeah? Pool our resources. We can indeed make another pie, we can make another cake, right? And we don't have to tear each other down. There is no other way. We're at a really pivotal time in our history right now. And the only way that we're going to be able to pull this out, you guys, is if we stick together like glue. Is that we utilize all of our talents. Yeah? All of our talents coming together to do this piece. I have a friend, she's on the line, Roxanne Dino Brega. She is a makeup artist to the stars. You know Roxanne, Ingrid. And again, you have to have in your, I don't know, in your atmosphere, in your, you really have to look at making sure that you have people. It's okay. You have to make sure you have people with you that will tell you the truth, that will speak with you in a way that you are going to be able to kind of make whatever changes you need to. Rox is one of my best friends. Look at me, grown-ass woman talking about best friends, but it's the truth, right? It's the truth. This is someone that will tell me the truth, that will say to me, Sophia, you're on the wrong track. Do not be afraid, you guys, Black people, Black women, Black young people. Do not be afraid to bring folks into your atmosphere, into your life, that is going to speak to you in a way that keeps you grounded, that helps you to grow. Yeah? Don't be afraid of that. We need to make sure these are some of the things that we have. Put that in your toolbox. Make sure you know who you're hanging out with. Make sure you know you are with people who wish you well, right? And even if they don't wish you well, be yourself, do you, because they'll come back. Trust me. Trust me when I say this. What's making sense to people? I'm going to invite Diamond to just kind of throw out something. Is something making sense? Is something hidden to you? Have you heard something that you say, you know what? I can look at that. I can try this.
There actually has been, like, I hate it when, the one thing that I will say is, like, there's not enough positivity to motivate anyone. There's definitely not enough positivity for everyone to support one another as they should. And they're always looking so quick to put someone down than to help someone go up when they're at their lowest. And that's one thing that no one realizes that can make a really huge, big difference. And just by saying one word, and that's saying hello, just to see how someone's doing.
That's right. That's right. I am totally with you on this. Remain positive. And that's exactly what Roxanne reminds me to do. She will say to me, Sophie, you have to make sure you're continually being yourself, right? You have to be yourself and remain positive. We need that. This is why Evangeline wanted to put these pieces together so that we as a people could come together and motivate, not only motivate, but inspire each other. Yeah?
Yeah.
When we look at these
support out there for people who actually need it.
Exactly.
And when people actually need it, they think it's a cry for attention, but really it's not.
No, no. We all need love, my friend. We all need love. We all need respect. There's a young man, his name is Craig Wellington. And this young man is somebody who, when I talk about having those folks in your toolbox, those folks that's with you to kind of motivate you, show you love, call you, making sure you're finding out what's happening. But these are folks as well with, you know, the esteem, the character, right? This young man, Craig Wellington, has been through so much in his life. But even when he's going through all of his challenges, he's looking out for his sister. And I just don't mean his blood sister. I mean his worldly sisters, right? Family of sisters, family of brothers. Craig is the one that's always calling you still. I remember Craig, I was doing some work where I work now with BCAN, the Black Community Action Network. His wife, God rest her soul, had cancer. And I asked him to work with us, to MC this event we were having. And I thought, you know what, maybe he's not gonna be able to, but he's like, no, Sophie, I'm there for you. And he and his wife came to support me. Guys, we support each other not when it's comfortable, not when it's easy, but when it's necessary. Do you see what I'm saying? Ingrid did that for me, yeah? Roxanne does that for young people that she just meets in the street. And they want someone, they want a mentor, they come to her, she mentors them, she takes time for them, she does all these things. This is what I'm asking each of you guys to do. And so none of you, the younger ones, Diamond, you seem like a young woman, gorgeous and young and, but you can mentor. You actually mentoring your child, because everything that you do, your darling boy or girl, your darling little boy is watching you, So you're mentoring even without knowing it. And so I want you guys to kind of keep that in mind. But I go back to Craig because we want to talk a little bit about self-esteem, self-confidence. I want you to remind yourself that How do we get some confidence? Are we just kind of born with it? I don't think so. It's a learned. You learn self-confidence, and you learn things by this thing that called the practice, the technology of practice. It's doing something over and over and over again till you get to the point where you do this really well. You're feeling confident about doing that. Self-confidence is somebody that will step out of their comfort zone. Yeah? Craig Wellington does that. He does not have to walk with the crowd. Yeah? He has something different to say. He has no problem saying that. And these are people, I bring up these folks, guys, because it's important that we know people just within our own lexicon that we can discuss, whether I have my own mentors. Craig is one of them. Ingrid is one of them. Roxanne is one of them. Reva is one of them, right? Oprah Winfrey is one of them. Do you know what I'm saying? We don't have to know them. We don't have to be friends with them. You can have books, and part of the book that you're reading about the individual or about, something, there's something in there that you have to learn. There's some mentorship opportunities there for you. Yeah? So you just have to build yourself. But my message to you today, the message that's extremely important, is that as Black folk, we must unite and come together and ask for help and give our help and be open to that. And if you are somebody in a position of power, do not rest. Do not rest until you help to bring people along with you, right? The folks that are in the systems as it is right now, they work together. They work together to do things. Yeah? We have to do that. We have to be uncomfortable in asking for help. We have to be uncomfortable in saying, I need you to help me out with this. And we have to be uncomfortable in the muck of other people's situation or even my own situation. I need you all to say, if any of this resonates, I need you all to do this. Interactive, this has to be the thing that we come together and we say, no, I don't want to preach to you guys, right? But it's a conversation that we need to have, and we have to be real about this. I've got to finish up very, very quickly. Yeah. But the thing that we're bringing to you, the thing that we're sitting in, is this idea of inclusivity, okay? It just doesn't happen outside of us, outside of Black folks, outside of racialized folks. It happens here within us. And so we have to become inclusive within our own community, right? So that we could do that as we trail outside and build that legacy that we're trying to leave behind for our kids.
If you don't,
I wish I had more time.
It's not gonna come to you on its own.
It's not, and that's it. This is why we do this together. If you've learned nothing else from my very short presentation tonight, it's the idea of uniting. It's the idea of togetherness. It's the idea of not being afraid, right? To lean on each other. If we've learned nothing else from what's happened today in the court, we must not give up on each other. Anybody else can, but you all cannot. All right, I thank you. I thank you, and I thank you.
I just want to add to that and call out a couple of people here. So I'm not sure if you guys read the federal budget, but
Please.
today you need to read it.
Yes.
Because people like Sophia Brown Ramsay, Evangeline Chima, Craig Wellington, and many communities went to the government and got funding for the Black Canadians, $200 million in the budget, right?
Yeah.
So, we're hoping that it will move forward, and waiting to hear about the administration, and the Indigenous group also got monies. But these voices here in this room and anybody else who helped them, it's that consistency that Sophia just talked about, that presence and leaning on each other and moving it forward. It took a lot of effort to move it forward. So Evangeline, Sophia, you all deserve a bow tonight, because that was huge. Huge.
Thank you. Okay, that was awesome. Thank you so much, Sophia. Consistency, technology of practice. My goodness, supporting each other, sticking together, uniting together. Woohoo! Working together. You touched it all. So right now we're going to get into our breakout sessions. Jeff, are you ready?
Yes, let's get it done.
Okay, so we're going into our breakout sessions, and our mentors, they're going to be supporting us while we're in the breakout sessions. I think we're gonna cut it down from 15 minutes to 10 minutes, basically, because I'm looking at the time and I don't want us to drag it so long, but let's see how it goes. So take it away, Jeff. See you all soon. There's probably a screen in front of you saying join breakout room. So please, you can just click on it and that will take you.
Hi there. Hello.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Hi there. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. Nice to see you.
Nice to see you too, Sue here.
Oh.
Hi, everybody. Okay.
Hi.
Nhial, take it away. This is your room. I just happened to find myself here with Sophia as well.
Thank you very much. I would like to welcome everyone here in this room to BMI session this evening. This is wonderful session where we're gonna have, wonderful discussion, I believe, and it is going to be on a topic that I will read. Before I do that, of course, we all know, why we are here. We can propel together. And one of the important points I learned from the speaker is to unite so that we work together. And this is something that will take miles for us to arrive to where we want to be. And please make sure you don't stop. We have to go. It is a long walk to freedom, and freedom is how we're gonna define it, as Mandela put it. So let me read a section here. We have been going through one of the most challenging times in our history. Talk to us about what you have learned about yourself in this time of what Sophia referred to as a triple pandemic of COVID-19, anti-Black racism, and the over-representation of poverty with our community. The floor is yours. What do we have from all of us?
Don't all speak at once.
You are highly welcome. I'm waiting, so I'm going to be listening as well. The floor is yours.
I can say that from my experience, I definitely realized in the pandemic the need for a support system professionally, as well as like with my family and with community. So that was something that it really came to the surface for me and just propelled me, as that key word that's been mentioned earlier, to reach out, hence why I'm here today.
Out, very great. Point well taken. Yeah. Any other person?
Hi, I'm Roxanne Dinoberg. I'm here to support Sophia, my very own best friend. It's always enlightening to listen to us when we get together and speak, and I love the fact that consistency is a part of this conversation, uniting. I love what you said about freedom is how we defined it. Yes, indeed. And I feel like with the pandemic, it's an awakening, and we now have to still, like our past ancestors, how they survive in their non-freedom. We do have our freedom, but yes, we have to now create this environment for each of us by coming together. Like the young lady Jacqueline, I believe, just said about needing the support as well as professional. Yes, because there's, for me, so many triggers that are going on, and I'm allowing these triggers to propel me to enjoy my freedom, get closer with my community, and to stay focused with who I am. And that's, for me, is bringing me the freedom, uniting. So bring it on, COVID. You allow me to become awakened with my spirituality. And I thank COVID.
Yes.
Yes.
Love that.
Thank you, Roxanne. This is wonderful. Connecting to one another, defining what freedom is all about, having a focus to ourselves. This is wonderful. Any other person?
I guess I can go while we wait for maybe Yabo and Ijoma and Robina. For me, this period has actually allowed me to reflect on who I am. I think one theme that everybody that know me would say to me when I was growing up is, "You're too bold." But it was always said to me in a negative way, in a negative light. You know, it's like, "You're too bold, shut up, it's enough," you know? And I remember in city of Toronto where I met Lola on my birthday. She bought me this gorgeous necklace. And she said, "Sis, I was just walking past and I saw this and it was saying bold." And then she didn't know anything. I didn't grow up with her. She's quite younger than me. So she didn't know people were always saying that to me, or my family always say that to me. And so I said, here comes that word again, bold. And so this period, anytime that anything that, you know, if anytime that any idea comes into my head and I want to share it or maybe go on social media pages to say anything, if I hesitate, if I get maybe a little bit afraid, and then I remember that word, "You are bold, be bold." And what this period has taught me is to live, step into who I am, embrace the fact that you are bold. If it's not now, when? Right? If it's not now, when? And so I continue to explore this new freedom. That's what I call it. And so that's what COVID has taught me, step into my boldness.
Love it. Love it. Love it. Oh my.
That's wonderful. Really love it so much. It's staying bold. And this is what it is. Of course, in this pandemic time, we know what it is. We know all the challenges. We are seeing, you know, a lot of things that, you know, are already right there, that are, you know, changing the direction for us. And please, staying bold. I like that.
Love it. Love it.
And I just saw that Jacqueline just joined us, and maybe Nhial, you want to explain to Jacqueline what we're doing so she knows.
Jacqueline, we have a question, and our question is based on resilience. It is about this pandemic and how we are going about it, or how we are taking care of ourselves. The question is, we have been going through one of the most challenging times in our history. Talk to us about what you have learned about yourself in this time of what Sophia referred to as a triple pandemic of COVID-19, anti-Black racism, and the overrepresentation of poverty with our community. That's the question we have for tonight.
Well, I can say, I mean, just to add on to what I said earlier,
Yeah,
definitely.
it was you. I apologize.
That's okay. But I love to talk. So want me to talk some more?
Yes,
I definitely can. You know, as I said, the professional network and the social network, my family and things like that really stood out to me. Made me even look around in my workplace, just to recognize, hey, like some things are not right.
Yeah.
And really, I got to a point to say, you know, I need to speak on it.
Yeah.
Take the chance, whether it's going to get me somewhere or not. So I did. And it felt good to have that voice. I don't know if it was heard, if there was going to be changes, if it will work in my favor, but at least I said to myself, you know, I hold my head up to call it out. You know,
Miss Smith, you know that was bold, right? That was
bold.
bold, babe.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Right? That was bold, right?
Oh yes, yes. But at the same time, I said, you know, I want to be authentic in my workplace.
Yeah.
I've been in this industry for almost 17 years, and I said, you know what, I've got to speak up. And at the same time, I was able to support people and pull them up in some of their roles and open up some doors for people. So that was really, really rewarding. It felt really rewarding to do that.
This is exactly what I was talking about. And here you are doing it. Go ahead, girl.
Yes. Trying.
Bravo to you. Actually, I say knowing your value is liberating yourself. So it's not because you know your value, because you know who you are, and you know, you just spoke up. And how did you feel when you did that?
Well, speaking up, and I'll speak to two incidents. The one, like speaking up on calling something out that wasn't right, as well as helping somebody else up. That was really, really rewarding. I felt like, you know what, we need to do more of this. Imagine if more of that took place for me like 10 years ago, right? So we're thinking about, we got to do this for the next generation, right? So definitely that was rewarding. But then also speaking out on it, it just made me feel like it just felt like the right thing to do, regardless of whatever the consequence or whatever else comes out of it.
That's awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Jacqueline. With our young one coming to you, what would you say? 2 words, what would you say to them?
Definitely be something around like, be true to yourself. Be true to yourself. And that saying about your silence won't protect you. Definitely.
I'm writing that down.
But that's from, I think, is it Audre Lorde? Yes. So it just took on a whole new meaning with COVID and things like that in the pandemic.
Thank you very much. This goes to Roxanne. What would be the 2 words for you, for our young people?
I'm sorry, can you repeat for me?
The question is basically about what 2 words you would say to a young person that come to you, or the folks out there that are hearing this conversation.
Being authentic and feeling the power within yourself. Always have your shoulders up and trusting in yourself, and just looking anyone in the eye and just being true. You don't have to have a mess up face and anger, just embracing the spirit within you, like being really true, as I do when I walk the streets every day. I've been walking every day, and I feel the power around me, within me, and I walk with confidence, and that's helped me. So that I want to tell the young people to just try it out a couple of times. Look in the mirror and test it out. It's a powerful, wonderful thing, and it's all yours. That's so exciting about it. It's like you just like shoulders up, and you can visualize your aura, and you just walk. And if you have to speak your truth, speak it. You know.
That's wonderful. Thank you very much, Roxanne. And this goes to Evangeline.
Be bold, be bold. Take courage, but be bold. You know, fearless, really. I mean, I'm not saying don't be cautious, right? But you need to be bold. And we need to love ourselves enough to forgive ourselves. You know, love ourselves enough to forgive ourselves, because I find that we are our biggest critics. So because we're right there criticizing, like I don't know how many times I looked at my hair and I'm picking something out. Come on, girl, it's enough. Step out. Step out, like Roseanne said, throw your head back, throw your shoulders, be bold, take courage, be present, shine.
Thank you very much. Really appreciate it. Sophia, any last word that you could add to the list of all the good words that you said?
Listen, I would say stay focused. Stay focused. Rox talked about, she does walk every single day. And it's that idea of focus, having that direction, finish it. Finish it, right? And I'll say this when I do my final wrap up, when we get back to the bigger table. I want each of you guys, Rabina, you all must remember that dash between when you were born and the day you die. I want you to think about the legacy that that dash represents. What are you leaving? What are you leaving behind? How are you living beyond? Yeah? Think about that.
You know, I'm gonna turn that around and ask you, Nhial, you give us your own 2 words. Hi, Robina, or maybe Robina wants to say something.
Hello, I just wanted to add here, thank you so much for the program today. It was really, it was knowledgeable. It's that we do have this understanding what is going on around, but it was really nice to see how people are motivating each other and bringing up each other. I wasn't like, I just gave my 4 hours accounting exam and I was a little off and I had to do something. So I was kind of, my brain was all over. But thank you so much for bringing that confidence back in me so I could speak about it. During the COVID, the best thing was I was more close to my kids, which I wasn't able to. With the circumstances going around, I am a student as well, and my kids were students. So it was good that we all were at the same page, feeling each other, what's going on. No, not to pressure them a lot sometimes and let them have their time too. And it's just the bonding time we had together. And I'm very blessed that whatever is going on, we're still alive and we're healthy, which is a big blessing for the family and the friends and people around us. It's nice to see how they're helping, and everybody's like trying to do all the protection they can to help each other. It's really nice. Thank you.
That was awesome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Robina. It was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
We have Iyabo. You don't have to show your screen. Iyabo and Ijoma, you can speak. You can just unmute yourself and we'll listen.
I just actually had to go away from the kitchen because my exhaust fan is on here. Or maybe I can turn that off.
No. I'm talking about the other people too. So you did awesome. I appreciate that. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm talking about Iyabo and Ijoma. I don't know if they can hear us. Yeah, you can say whatever you think too without having to show your faces.
That's great. Well, Evangeline, what was your question for me?
I wanted you to give us your own 2 words, and I see that they're telling us that we're gonna be concluding in 2 minutes. Okay.
Well, thank you very much. In this pandemic time, my important thing that I normally do is to stay positive and move forward.
Yep.
And get used to it. Because it has been a year right now to all of us, and we are in this together. So if you see other people, know that they are struggling the same way you are. Be positive and move forward.
Be positive and move forward. I love that. I love that. This has been awesome. Thank you, Nhial. This has been awesome. Thank you, Razan. Nice to meet you, Robina, Iyaba, Ijoma. This is awesome. Oh, Jacqueline too. Thank you for sharing. Nhial, any last words before they get us out from here?
Well, thank you to all the viewers out there. This is a great opportunity for all of us to know each other and to share what this propelling is all about. We are in this together. Let's move forward together. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, it's counting down, so we can all click return to the main session right now. See you over there.
All righty. Bye, guys.
That was awesome. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
so
Bye-bye.
much. Bye-bye.
Looks like we are the first to finish.
Yep, people should start following in about 10 seconds.
Okay. So Sophie, we're gonna give you maybe make it 5 minutes if possible, 5-10 minutes before we list the names of the people that made it the first 25. Hello, everybody.
Okay, we weren't finished.
I kept thinking, I'm like, it seems
Right
like Evangeline has
right
given us
there.
some extra time. We got some extra time, so.
We needed.
That you sounded like me right there.
Okay, so maybe we'll hear. How about you guys wrap up why every one of us is listening?
No, but I think every group was saying the same thing, right? Were you all still talking?
Well, I kind of, because Evangeline had told us she'll give us 10 minutes. When I saw it was like, oh, 15, oh, we got an extra 5, yay. But I didn't want to be greedy and say, okay, let's just keep going. Not saying that you're greedy, Ingrid, but.
We were greedy. We were greedy. Yeah, we actually started talking about, because our process was, our question was around inclusivity or lack of inclusivity within the Black community, which is still creating barriers. So we had a lot of talk around that, and Alan was brought up the where you can see the differences when we're not bringing our culture together and we're not celebrating with food, and we go into the work environment and we pretend that we're fitting in that environment and forget our culture. And then we ended up talking about, the last piece was authenticity, because we see a lack of authenticity now in our own culture and not being with us as we go through. So that we could have been talking for hours. So yes.
That's awesome. Another group who wants to share? Lola's room. Who wants to share from Lola's room?
Does anyone else want to share? I guess I can just give like an overview. We had a room, surprisingly, of just some powerful women. So bold women that spoke out. Thank you all for sharing. Some of the key things, we were talking about self-confidence and building self-confidence. And I shared my perspective as a Black woman working and thriving predominantly in a male-dominated and also Caucasian male-dominated industry, and how you not just only feel imposter syndrome, but you also sometimes your confidence is shaken because as a woman, you don't, sometimes are told to hush just by body language, and just, you're in a meeting and you're not able to speak out, or you're in an industry that you don't see other women that look like you, and you're wondering how far you can go. So some other things that some of the ladies shared as well is one of the ladies who is a student, she's an immigrant from Nigeria, she's studying cybersecurity, which is amazing. She was talking about how being here, learning, trying to adapt with the environment. As Africans, we're very adaptable. As Black people, we know how to adapt. And Ingrid, what you touched on about losing some of our culture is sometimes that adapting to this new environment, we have to lose in some ways some of our culture. And so it's hard, it's a hard balance. And so she shared how she's adapting and building self-confidence by just saying, you know what do I have to lose? The worst they'll say is no. So she's trying to find a job. She's reaching out to potential people on LinkedIn and doing all that networking, and networking is king. So that's very important. Diane also shared about how she is, looking for an opportunity to find mentors, people who can help not just build confidence, but also people who can be allies in her career and success. And I said, you know what, you're in the right place. That's the reason why Evangeline established BMI. There were some other wonderful shares about just knowing your worth, racism in the workplace. There was a lady who shared an interesting story about how another coworker, a Caucasian coworker, didn't want to sit beside her, and so her boss tried to move her instead of moving that coworker, and she stood her ground and said it wasn't acceptable. So if somebody is not comfortable, let them move. I'm not moving, and I applaud you for doing that. So amazing shares. I don't want to take all the time, but thank you all for sharing. That breakout room was amazing.
Awesome, Lola. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Diamond, and then we'll let maybe one of the guys say something. Go ahead.
On what Miss Lola just said just now, I can relate because my son looks white. Okay. And a lot of people find it hard to believe I'm his mother because he's mixed and because his dad is white. I had a very awkward encounter one day at the grocery store with my son before COVID had started. And this Caucasian woman had the nerve to stop me and my son before we were going into the grocery store and say to me, that can't be your son. And I said, excuse me, why? And she's like, because look at him, look at you. He's white, you're black. I said, technically, miss, I'm mixed. I'm also white. And my son is mixed as well. So she actually tried to grab my son's arm. Yeah.
Sophie, let's go. Let's go.
She tried to grab, yeah, exactly. She tried to grab my son's arm and tried to take him, saying, he's not your child. This is not your child. Look at him, look at you. And I looked at her, and it took everything in me not to react in the way I wanted to, because I knew what was going to happen if I did. So I did not react out of anger. I just stood my ground with her, and I told her, okay, miss, I don't know what universe you're still living in, but nowadays it's very common to have interracial relationships. So it's not uncommon. And so I think the owner, the manager of the grocery store saw it happening through the window. So he called the police, or someone did anyway. So when the police got there, the lady tried to say I assaulted her. And I was just like, okay, because what I did was I removed her hand off of my son's arm. I didn't hit her. I grabbed her hand off of my son's arm. And she tried to say I assaulted her. And I said, that's not what happened. So the officer asked me questions saying, ma'am, this is true. Did you actually try to grab her child? She said, yes, I did. Because I said, there's no way that that's her child. Like, she's black, he's white. And the officer said, ma'am, is this true? Like, did you actually like address this woman like that? And she agreed to, she did not deny anything, but the officer looked at her as if she was crazy. And so when that happened, she got arrested. Not me.
Where was it? Where were you? Where did this happen, Diamond?
I live in Canada because I was born here, but I was raised in Tennessee. But I was born. This happened in Canada.
But where in Canada? Like, are you in Ontario?
Yeah, I'm in Ontario.
You're in Oakville? Yeah. Yeah.
In Oakville. Okay, Ingrid.
Evangeline is from Oakville. So.
No, Chief Tanner, we like him. Okay. Yeah, Oakville. He's starting to realize the truth about things. So okay, we like him.
Isn't your neighbor, Ingrid?
I am so sorry that you had to go through that.
Yeah.
I applaud you you know, standing your ground and defending your space and your son. Bravo to you.
But it could have gone the other way. You know,
it could have, because I was getting pretty pissed off. So it could have gone one way, but I did not go in that direction.
Sorry, I know I wish we have enough time to just go at it, but I'm looking at the time and I'm mindful that some people may want to also leave. People are waiting patiently to know if they met the list. But I'm gonna let Miss Sophia wrap up, and Jeff will share those that made the first 25. Miss Sophia, I'll give you 5 minutes, please. You're mute.
Okay, so then y'all didn't hear me gasping and carrying on when she was speaking, because Karen is again Karen is out there. All the Karens, they keep doing it. We need to, I've had enough. I've had enough. However, I know. Okay, back to us. What are we gonna take home? I'm gonna leave you with one thing, because we're talking about this toolbox. I want you to begin to pack in and create your sustainability policy. We hear the word all the time, policy, in systems and whatnot. Policy is just a set of rules that you've decided to do. This is the ritual. This is what you're going to do. So one of the things I heard, and I'd like you to consider, put it in your sustainability policy to propel your success and propel all of us as Black people success. One is being positive. Diamond spoke about that at the very beginning, that idea of motivation, positivity. Hold that, so no matter what, you're held up in grace. Our leader, Miss Evangeline, she spoke about boldness, right? This is something that Roxanne does all the time. She is very bold in the work that she does. She recognizes that this is what you need to do. When someone sits in her chair for her to put makeup on you, let me tell you, you would wish that you had this every single day. Every single day. I want you to think about the idea of being authentic, because each of you, Diamond, Ingrid, Simone, Jonah, Jacqueline, Jeff, Nhial, Lola, you guys are unique. There's only one of you. There's only one of you. It doesn't matter if you share another name with somebody else. There's only one of you. So you have to keep that. Be consistent, you guys. If you start something, do it every day. If you're deciding that you're going to walk every day, walk every day. I'm going to ask you, do one thing. There's one thing that you could do every day to start your day out really well. Make your bed. Make your bed. And if you make your bed, you know I've accomplished one thing, start to finish. Yeah? That gives you momentum to do something else. We want to make sure that we promote unity with each other. Recognize the greatness that's within each of you and bring it to the table. Let's sit together. Let's eat together. Let's unite, because that's the only way, guys, that we're going to make this happen. And then you got to celebrate the strength that you have. And the way to do that, to know yourself, is to know your history. Do some reading. Get on the internet. Learn about your ancestry. Talk to your grandmother. Talk to your grandfather. Talk to your uncle. Know about some of these amazing things that they've done. Yeah? And then don't forget all the amazing things that you've done. Right? Don't just think about the things that you don't like about yourself, but be authentic. Look at yourself in the mirror and see the boldness, the wholeness, everything that is about you. You know, the bumps, the curves, whatever you have, it's all great. Bring it to the table, baby. Bring it, right? I want you to think about those things. Do the reflection. Self-reflection is so necessary. Understand that you come from love and you're nothing but grace. Recognize that it's important to have that sustainability policy. Where are we going? Step into grace.
Step into grace. Thank you so much, Miss Sophie. Woohoo! Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't thank you enough. Thank you, thank you. Okay, Jeff, do you have our list ready? Jeff, I can't see your face. Can you please share your screen? Because I want everybody to see. We want to be as transparent as possible. And over to you. Okay, this is people that will be getting $50 vouchers or gift cards. So go ahead. Can you zoom in a little bit? Okay.
All right, so these people will be receiving vouchers. We'll get back to you through email or phone number. So stay tuned. First place was Jonas Senyanji. Second was Amina Yusuf. Third, Judy McLean. Fourth, Ibiye Nwogu. Fifth, Monel Marksman. Sixth, Diamond Bailey.
So I saw Diamond bouncing.
So, awesome. Chidima Obiako. Caroline Okorafo. Chioma Chukwu. Nez Bekwe. Adeze Ejiofor.
Did I see Nez here too? Because, you know, okay, go ahead.
No, she didn't join. Adeze Ejiofor. Christina Kerr. Fazela Hanif. Clario Neves. Tricia Udida. Blessing Odile. Raquel Peters. Bamidele Salako. Phyllis Karegeya. Margaret Ojukwu. Jane Akubuo. Dio Rukondo. Shala Ore Yingbo. Radia Abdul Fattah. And Joseph Nwerem. So seems most of these people didn't join the session today, but we'll be reaching out to them.
No, Jeff, we're only going to be giving those that attended. So
attended the session, that's right.
You register and attend. So we will be going through the list to ensure that the people that, you know, the people that attended is the ones that we will be giving the $50 voucher. So thank you so much for that, Jeff. If you can.
That's right, no problem. Yeah.
Awesome, amazing. If your name made it, woohoo, thank you for registering and thank you for joining and participating. We really appreciate it. And like we said, we are having another session very soon. That's on Thursday, where the wonderful Chef Marvel will be walking us through again, to stay confident, to face this pandemic, post-pandemic, and to continue to stay competitive in the workforce and in our world. These are crucial times, people. We must work together and ensure no Black person is left behind.
Correct.
And like Miss Sophia said, we have to look, as you're walking, as you are advancing, I encourage you to look behind you, look beside you, look for your sister, look for your brother, pull them along with you. Let's stay united. Let's move and propel each other forward. That is the only way we crack that remaining ceiling. That is the only way that we advance our cause. I always say to people, we have to be in front and our allies will be behind or beside us, but we got to lead the way. So don't forget to join us on Thursday, same time. Like I said, the remarkable Chef Marvel will be presenting. Stay connected with us. Follow us at our social media pages. Tweet #Propel Black Success. I really want that slogan to go viral because I want people to start thinking about it, to start thinking that we must really propel the Black success stories. We must have diversified leadership terrain. It is enough. We don't want to only have one race sitting at the table. We all have voices. We all deserve a seat at the table. So thank you for joining us this evening. I thank all of you that made out time to stay with us, to participate, to support us, donate to us. That's the only way that we keep these programs running, and that's how we continue to give it to you for free. Until next time, this is your host, Evangeline Chima. Stay well, stay safe. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks all.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Mentor, thank you, everybody. Really appreciate you. Thank you.
Bye, everybody. It's good.
Good night.
Bye.
Thank you, Joseph. I had your voice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Thank
Good
you.
night.
Good night.
Hi, Ingrid. Good to say hello.
Hi, Roxanne.
That's so great.
Yes.
All right, bye. Roxy, we'll talk later.
Thank
Okay.
you. Roxy,
Thank you, Evangeline.
Thank you.
Nice to
Thank
meet you too. It was
Thank
lovely.
you. Adora,
Thank you.
Margaret, Robina, Rada.
Thank you. Bye.
Thank you, everybody.